exactly 10 p.m. here in Oz at night, February 4. And out in the backyard around the fish pond, there's a little frog pop, pop, popping away. Pop, pop, pop. But so be it. And I've got some very good news. But at the moment, I don't think I've got an audience. So there's no point in telling my good news when there's no one watching. Mini Shrubbettits is here. Hello, Mini Shrubbettits. How are you? Welcome to my late night broadcast. Well, here in Oz, anyhow, Australia. Yes, it's 1 minute past 10 in the PM, and I've got some very good news to pass on to my the viewers of my broadcast. And considering you're the first, I will tell you first. I've just achieved 100 subscribers to my YouTube channel. Now, that's good news. Yes, hello. Yes. Yes, 100 subscribers to my YouTube channel. I'm very happy with that, and I think the last 3 subscribers are from... Yeah, it's great, isn't it? It's awesome. It is for me, because I'm only a small fry in the big YouTube pond. But yeah, it's awesome, and I've got, I think, 3 of my regular viewers to thank for that. Minions Real is watching. Good evening, Minions Real. It's evening here where I am. Yeah, 2 minutes past 10 at night. Cheers. I'm going to have a sip of tea, and it is tea in here. It's not an alcoholic beverage. Oh, it's good. And it's a beautiful night tonight. It's cool. After the hot weather we've been enduring for the past 4 or 5 days. And I actually motivated myself enough to go out and mow the back lawn. But wouldn't you know it, I got about halfway through it and it started to rain. But isn't that always the way? It's like when you wash your car. A new person is washing. Hello, new person, and welcome. It's when you wash your car, or so it seems, it rains. It's just an observation. You hate your Wi-Fi. You know, I've got a portable Wi-Fi that I take when I go camping, when I go way out into the Australian bush, and it works a treat. I've got 2 antennas, and when I'm camping on the top of the mountain on my cousin's property, I stay there for about 7 or 8 weeks, and I can access the internet. I can post on Facebook. I've got 3 pages on Facebook, Boy Scout Salute, and some short YouTube videos. It's fantastic. Is that a cup of coffee? Is it? Thank you. I'll stick to tea. I'm only joking with you. Thank you. But yes, technology is a wonderful thing. Be able to do that in the middle of nowhere. Yes, it's where are you from? Mini shrub. A little bit of a tongue twister. I'm from Australia, and it's through our through Telstra, which is the main the UK. Okay, so if it's 10 o'clock here, you're 10 hours. It must be midday. Is it midday where you are? I think we're 10 hours ahead. Sorry, 10 hours ahead of you, if my memory serves me right, and I don't know why it would. It doesn't most of the time. But I think we're 10 hours ahead of you. 9 hours normally when we haven't got daylight saving, but we've got daylight saving. Yeah, and I know 11:05. Oh, geez. 11 a.m. Well, that's 11 hours. Well, that's weird. Oh, I was close. Although you wouldn't want to be hanging by your fingers for an hour, would you? No. No, that hour would seem to drag by to an eternity. Yeah, so anyhow, I just mentioned that Ancient Heritage is here. Hello, Ancient Heritage, and welcome once again. I've just achieved 100 subscribers on my YouTube channel. There'll be no holding me back now. Yes, hello, Ancient Heritage. No holding me back now. My next objective is to get to 1,000. I don't think I'll live long enough. No. I'm thinking of doing some vlogs. You know, the vlogs? I've never done a vlog before, but I've done over 300 YouTube videos, so I don't think doing a vlog would be any different. I've got a GoPro camera, and I've got an extension piece you can put the GoPro camera on. I don't know, I might go wandering around my hometown, and oh, who knows it. I'll think of something. My YouTube channel name is John Hampton, the man from Oz. John Hampton, the man from Oz. I've also got a Facebook page called The Man from Oz as well. I've got 3 Facebook pages, Boy Scout salute. And yeah, the other one's Emphysema Man, and the other one is John Hampton. It's a main profile page. Yes. 100 subscribers. Geez, it's taken a long time. 34 months. 34 months to get there, and I've got my YouNow viewers to thank for that, for the final 3 subscribers. And I don't know who the 100th was. I checked my subscribers, and someone subscribed 3 days ago, and that was my friend Adam Reifers from Stone Fort, Illinois. But I got a feeling it might have been behind the scenes, Holly, and she did so anonymously. And when you do so anonymously, you're not listed. I got a feeling that's who it was. But I'll thank Adam, and if Holly happens to make an appearance, I will thank her too. Because she said she was going to subscribe, and she always does what she says she's going to do. So I would say there's every chance it was Holly, or behind the scenes. Is her AKA. Row 3 in is watching. Is that right? Row 3 in? Row 3 in is watching. Welcome, Row 3 in. Yes. Thank you very much. Now I've got 101 subscribers. Way to go. Way to go. Yes, I'm thinking of taking a new direction with my YouTube channel. I'm thinking of making more short films. Because my most successful video, it was an 8-minute short film I made called Emphysema Man. My story, a true story, and it's got now, oh, it must be 12,000 views. Might even be more now. Yes. But yeah, I'm quite proud of that, 12,000 views. I didn't expect it to get that many views. Yeah, wow. Yeah, indeed. I said wow myself. When it got 1,000 views, oh, that was quite some time ago. I thought, I got 1,000 views on that. Didn't expect it, but I think it's been reasonably successful because it's been motivational and inspirational to people. Or so the comments say. Well, it is for me. Yes, that's loads for me. I can tell you. When you've only got a small subscriber base, that's quite an achievement. It's all right if you've got tens of thousands of subscribers, you might end up getting 10,000 views every time you upload a video. But when you're only a small channel, small fry in the big YouTube pond, I'm quite proud of that. Quite proud of that indeed. And there was Desosaurs is watching. Hello, Desosaurs, and welcome. In case you're wondering, it's 10 past 10 in the PM here in Oz on the East Coast on February 4, Thursday. Yes, there was some news tonight on the local news that they're planning finally to legalise medicinal marijuana because it is very beneficial for some people, and I think it's about time. I think they should legalise all drugs. but I might be the odd man out there. You have about 15 subs. Well, you're going to have 16 shortly, because when someone subscribes to my channel and they have a channel, I subscribe to them too. So you'll have 16 subs shortly. Right. Okay. Well, I'll subscribe to your channel as well. Do any... Does anyone know what happens to these chats once you finish? You have 15 subs. How long have you had your YouTube channel? Matty Pags is watching. Hello, Matty Pags, and welcome. Yes, it's high time they legalised medicinal marijuana, because it has many benefits for people who are suffering from terminal cancer and for epilepsy and various other illnesses, and it's even supposed to be good for someone who suffers from emphysema. So I don't know. I might give it a try when it comes out next year. I became a fan. I'll become a fan of you too. It's the same thing. Someone subscribes to my YouTube channel and they've got a channel, I subscribe to them, and someone becomes a fan, I become a fan of theirs as well. I think it's only fair and just, and that's the way I am. Yes. Yes, but I still think really that they should think about legalising all drugs. I suppose, you know, that there's two sides to it. You know, but anyhow, I don't know. And what do you upload? What sort of videos do you upload? Are you a gamer, music, vlogging, or blogging, or pure entertainment, makeup? If you're a lady, of course. You might be a bloke. I assume you are a young lady. You must pardon the way I look. I haven't had a shave for a couple of days, and I'm looking a little bit ragged and worn. But so be it. I've been too busy doing other things. Couldn't be bothered having a shave. I gave myself a haircut, but I cut it a little bit short. But that's all right, it'll go back. Yeah. And there was something else I was going to talk about that was on the news tonight, and you know what? I can't remember what it was. I should have written it down. Yeah. A new person is watching. It might be the same new person, but hello, new person. Scootering and sometimes a vlog. Oh, you're a male. Okay. Well, I got it right the first time, didn't I? You're a young bloke. Yes, this is an external web camera. It's a Logitech C920. It's terrific. Actually, funny thing was, a couple of weeks ago, because I'm only fairly new to YouNow, and my broadcasts were being interfered with. After about 15-16 minutes, the sound became very distorted, and I couldn't figure out why, so I got an IT professional that I use all the time to pay me a visit, and he found out that the microphone on the internal webcam was compromising the microphone in the external webcam, or vice versa. Anyhow, he corrected it. Yes, it's pretty good, isn't it? I mean, I've only got one of those fluoro bulbs up here. I think it's only a 15 watt, so it's not bad, is it? If I was to switch over to the other camera, which I can't do while I'm broadcasting, it'd be very dark. These cameras are terrific. You know, they're not cheap. Or you get them cheap on eBay, I suppose. But this one costs $149 from JB Hi-Fi. So now I've got two cameras because there was nothing wrong with the old one. Never mind. I can always find a use for it. Well, actually, I planned to find a use for it. I thought I bought a 4-way USB unit I could plug in. And I thought if I plug both cameras in, I might be able to just switch from one to the other. No, can't do that. As soon as you pull one camera out, you lose your broadcast. But there are special apps available, I believe, for these things. Someone suggested Minicam. I downloaded the free version, but it did nothing. If you pay for the Minicam version, it might be different, but the free download did nothing. And there's something called XSplit, I think it is. But I had a look at it and it looked too complicated. A lot of this technology bamboozles me. Well, I'm nearly 68 years of age. I haven't grown up with this technology like a lot of you young folk have. Oh, that's what it was. There was a story about how children in school these days don't learn how to read and write properly, the old-fashioned way like I did, pen, paper. Now they're using little laptops, iPads. I think on one hand that's good because they learn about technology. On the other hand, I don't think it is, because they're not learning basics. I think a lot of people these days, young people, are losing the ability to communicate, one-to-one, to talk. They talk through text and SMS and this sort of thing, but they're not talking as much to each other as we used to when we were kids, and they're not outdoors as much as we used to be. And we were always outdoors after school playing, playing ball, whatever. But now a lot of young folk are stuck indoors and they're playing games and they're watching TV or they're on their mobile phones or whatever. And that's why here in Australia we have a big problem with child obesity. Because the kids are just sitting around, they're not doing any exercise, they're drinking soft drinks and they're eating garbage. And their parents are to blame for it, yeah, for sure. Their parents are enabling them to do so. But, yes. This may, what is it, Generation Y? I'm not sure, but this may be the first generation that dies before the generation before it. I'm from the baby boomer generation. I was born in 1948. That's quite an alarming thought, isn't it? Yes, but I exercise every day. I don't do a lot of exercise, but any exercise is better than none, unless you're physically incapable of exercise. And there are those who are not physically capable of exercise. I'm going to have another sip of tea. I'm getting a bit dry in the mouth. I've got a 1 up here on my bell. Excuse me while I have a look. A 1. Oh, right. Okay. It just says Jedi Master James is life. May the Force be with you, Jedi Master James. Yes, this thing about school, I mean, school's changed a lot since I went to school. When I started school, in primary school, we used to use a pen and ink, a little inkwell, and write in ink. And when I started high school, the ballpoint pen had just come out, and they wouldn't let us use it. It would take a couple of years before we were allowed to use ballpoint pens. Yeah, it's true. It's true. But, yeah, so how's an education? Well, the teaching has come a long way. Now it's virtual. And I don't know if it's a really good thing or not. Anyhow, that's the sign of our modern times. We are, after all, in the 21st century. Christina is watching. Hello, Christina. Thank you for watching. And if you want to know, it's 10:19 p.m. here in Oz, on the East Coast. February 4th, Thursday. I just had a thought. It popped in and then it popped right out again. This happens when you get older. It does. Yes, I can be writing away. I can be writing a short story. I can be writing a book. That was just an email thing. I'm not going to check that. That'd be rude. It won't be important anyhow. Yeah, I can be typing away and the sheep We have a lot of sheep here in Australia. You know, we used to have the biggest flock in the world once upon a time, but we don't anymore. I think Russia has the biggest flock of sheep in the world. I might be wrong. I think at one time we had something like about 150 million head of sheep here, but I think it's down to about 125 million now. But I'm not sure. Don't quote me on it, please. What was I saying? Oh dear. Maybe I should call it a night and go to bed. But you know, as I said, I've only been here on YouNow. It must be just over 3 weeks, and I'm really enjoying doing these broadcasts. I've met some nice people, and I've made friends where we've exchanged contacts for Skype, and 2 actually, and we've been talking. Yeah, it's good. It's good to talk one-on-one with people. I like Skype. I think Skype's terrific. It's better than talking to someone on the phone. Kevin T01 is watching. Hello, Kevin T01, and welcome. Time for more tea. And it's leaf tea too. It's not tea bags. I can't stand tea bags. And I'm not a coffee drinker. Oh, I got a hole in my shirt. You know, I've got a dead mouse in my shed. You can see that I'm in a shed. Yeah, I've got a desk and my laptop's here in front of me on the desk. But there's a dead mouse in my shed. I can smell it. But it's not as bad as it was a couple of days ago. I can't find it. And when you see all the stuff I've got behind me, you can say, well, I'm not surprised. But that's only a small sample of it. You should see what's over this way. But it's all good stuff. You know, all my tools. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to find it. I was hoping a blowfly might come in here and start buzzing around and lead me to it, like a sniffer dog. They do that, but no. Yes, but oh. I got the fan going and it's keeping the air circulating. Where do I live? I live in a town, well, it's a city really, of Coffs Harbour. It's located in the mid-north coast, roughly between Sydney and Brisbane. Brisbane is the capital of Queensland. Sydney is the capital of Australia. Sydney is the capital of New South Wales. See, a lot of people think Sydney's the capital of Australia, but it's not. Canberra is. Yeah, so I'm a little bit north of being in the middle. We're more towards Brisbane. And I'm about 5k west of the South Pacific Ocean, or the Tasman Sea as it's often referred to. Yeah, in the state of New South Wales. Yes, my friend and George, who I talk to on Skype, who lives in Virginia, and some of my Facebook friends, thought that Sydney was the capital of Australia. It's true. But no, Canberra is. Canberra is a separate state. We have 6 states and 2 territories. So there, you learn something every day, don't you? And I know a lot of people think that Los Angeles is the capital of California, but it's Sacramento. I know that. Yeah. Chickens and ducks. We don't have any chickens, but there are a lot of chickens on farms. You love chickens and ducks. Well, there's lots of ducks around. Coffs Harbour Golf Course isn't far away from here, and there's always ducks on the greens, around the greens and the fairways and that. Chickens? Oh, yeah, hang on a minute. My neighbour down the back here has chickens. Yeah. I can hear them going, bok, 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 bok. And I talk to them sometimes when I'm down the back there. I don't think they understand a word I say. We used to have pet rabbits when our boys were little. We've got 2 sons, my wife and I. One's 31 and one's 34. But when they were little boys, we had some rabbits here, some pet rabbits. But unfortunately, the myxomatosis virus infected them. Yes. So you can't get them immunised against myxomatosis because it's a live virus vaccine, which was developed in France, and the government won't allow its import, which is fair enough. But they can be immunised against the Khaleesi virus. But all the rabbits caught myxomatosis. Unfortunately, I had to put some of them down because it's a terrible disease. But I won't go into that. It's very heartbreaking when you have pets and they die. In the past, we've had cats. Excuse me. And you know, they become part of the family. And when they pass away, it's heartbreaking. Yeah. So we've got a couple of cats buried in the backyard here. Cool Scout 09, evening. Evening to you, Cool Scout 09, and welcome to the broadcast. Yes, I was just watching television. I was watching The Big Bang Theory, but they're all repeats. I like The Big Bang Theory, but they're all repeats. It's just about like anything else that's on TV. But I enjoy The Big Bang Theory. I like Sheldon best of all, and he's a real character. He can usually make me laugh. But yeah. Well, we're supposed to have new episodes, but they're few and far between. But I have watched the. Yes, that's the thing, isn't it? I don't know if any of you are X-Files fans. I'm a big X-Files fan. I love the original series that ran for what, 9-10 years, and the 6-part miniseries had just come out. Yes, and I watched the first episode last Sunday, and the second episode was on the following Monday, and it was good to see Scully and Mulder back again. Yeah, I just hope they make more series of it, just rather than just 6 episodes. Yeah, I was a big fan of the X-Files. I saw the original X-Files movie at the cinema, and it was terrific. And but the second one, it wasn't so good. I think they should have made it for television only rather than put it on the cinema in the pictures. But anyhow, they're planning on making a third one, I believe. There's talk about making a third X-Files movie. Have any of you watched the new 6-part series? Because I don't want to spoil it for you if you haven't seen it yet. Cool Scout 9 has seen it. Well, all right. Well, I probably won't spoil it when I say this. There was a 20-minute video on YouTube, and they were talking to Chris Carter, the creator of the show. And you know where the saucer crashed at Roswell, and there was the big saucer in the ground? That saucer was real. Yeah, Chris Carter decided to build a 50-foot diameter real saucer because he wanted the people, when they saw it, not to imagine that it was there, but to actually see it there. Yeah, that was a very interesting episode. Very interesting indeed. A good way to start it off. There's no doubt in my mind that a saucer did crash in Roswell in 1947. And the reason I say that is because the Army spokesperson said that they had captured a flying disc. And the second day, he recanted that statement. He said, no, it wasn't a flying disc, it was a balloon, an air balloon, weather balloon or whatever it was, experimental thing. What a load of baloney, eh? He'd let the cat out of the bag. If he'd have said that in the first place, Roswell would have quickly become a memory, but now it's bigger than ever. Yeah. There's no doubt in my mind that a saucer crashed. No doubt in my mind whatsoever. That spokesperson told the reporters what he'd seen. And he got wrapped over the knuckles for it. And he had to recant it. So he lied. But people didn't believe it. I don't think people believe it to this day. But I don't believe in UFOs. I know they exist because I've seen them. I've had several sightings. But they are unidentified, so they could be anything. But that's what a UFO is, isn't it? It's an unidentified flying object. Yeah, I've had quite a few sightings in my near on 68 years. Well, dang ya. Dang me, hang me. That was a song by some country and western singer. Can't think of his name. You know, I'm surprised that an old fella like me well, you're probably in the majority, but you know, tens of millions of people worldwide have had sightings, and you see them all the time on YouTube. But a lot of them are hoaxes. But you see some really convincing UFO footage, and they are UFOs. You can't identify what they are, but yes, some of the footage is genuine. But I think most of them are hoaxes. There's that show goes on there. It's called Third Phase of Moon. A lot of their videos, man, they're pure garbage. You expect you to believe what they're showing you? No. And I can't stand the presenter of that show. I can't remember what his name was. It is. And he's got a brother too. They almost look like twins. They're both as bad as each other. No, I can't stand them. OMG, it's GD Monster. You've been there before, haven't you? OMG, you have. I remember that. I agree with you, Cool Scout 09. I'm in the far reaches of the cosmos. There are absolutely billions, trillions of galaxies, and who knows what sort of life forms there might be. Good, thank you. I will return the favour when I'm finished this broadcast. But it may not necessarily be human life as we know it. It might be a bacteria, it might be a virus, it might be some sort of a plant or some form of animal. Who knows? But there's definitely life out there. And I think that there is intelligent life out there. The supernatural. Are you talking about Supernatural, the television show? I like that show. What's it, Dean and can't think of his brother's name in the show. Isn't that silly? Like ghosts. I believe in ghosts. Yeah, I believe in the supernatural. There's a lot of strange things between heaven and earth, Horatio. That's from Shakespeare, Hamlet. And there is, no doubt about that. Sam and Dean, come quick. Yeah, I like the supernatural. I like the boys, yeah. Very entertaining. It is a good show. It is, yes. And it's into its 10th season now, I think. Might be its 11th. Very good, very entertaining. I like shows like that. I'm a big sci-fi fan. You know, I like most of the Star Wars movies. I haven't seen the latest one. I'm a big fan of the Alien movies, the first two, Alien and Aliens. The other couple, no, I wasn't that keen on them, but they were okay. I'm a big Superman fan. Love the Man of Steel. Fan of Christopher Reeve when he played Superman. And I like the Batman films, the Transformers. You know, the special effects are just dazzling. Absolutely dazzling. Digital effects, eh? Who'd ever thought they'd be able to create the effects they do? Like Jurassic Park, I like those movies. You know, the dinosaurs, they're just so real. It's swearblind they were real. And I just watched, not long back, Jurassic World. I didn't go to the pictures to see it, but I really enjoyed that film. Special effects again, it's just dazzling. I like the scene where the 4 raptors were running along with the guy on the bike. That was stunning. That was a real cool scene. And when the young woman with the flare lured T-Rex to go and battle with that other creature. Fantastic. Fantastic entertainment. And that's what it's all about, isn't it? Entertaining. Have you? You've had experience with that sort of thing. right. Okay. Yeah, Alien Resurrection. Yes, I wasn't too keen on that. But anyhow, to each their own. It was okay. And I like the Predator movies. Oh, there's all sorts of sci-fi stuff I like. I like to enjoy ordinary films too. Although at the moment I can't think of any. I know one that I really enjoyed. My wife and I went and saw The Lone Ranger with Johnny Depp. And the critics really pummeled it, but I thought it was terrific. My wife and I thought it was a terrific show. Terrific film, very entertaining. Right, okay, fair enough. It was a good film, wasn't it? Yeah, yeah. And everyone in the cinema clapped. They thought it was very entertaining too, but the critics weren't kind to it. Who cares about the critics? It's all personal taste. It depends what you like. You know, and I like sci-fi and fan. I love the Harry Potter movies. Didn't like the books. I'm an avid reader, but I just couldn't get into the books, even though J.K. Rowling is a terrific writer. One Solitary Tear is here. Hello, One Solitary Tear, and welcome. Yes, I liked all the Harry Potter movies, but just couldn't get into the books. I didn't like the Twilight movies. I don't know that. And I read one of the. Thank you for the 50 likes. One Solitary Tear. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. We invited 3,029 fans. That's a lot of fans. Are they all fans of yours? One Solitary Tear. It's morning where you are, is it? It's evening here. It's 10:37 p.m. here. I'm getting low on tea. Thank you for the heart. It's one of these. I get all. I'm all thumbs up. Everyone seems to make the heart real nice and easy when they get it. When they get one, but I don't know. I can't. I have to practice. J.R. Day's Freezing just arrived from One Solitary Tear's inbox. Well, thank you very much. There you go. One Solitary Tear. We have one of your 1,300 odd fans. You must be very popular. I must try and see one of your broadcasts. But you see, it's the time difference here. But anyhow, even if I can see a replay, I can get an idea what you're up to, what you're all up to. That's what I do. But I have a look at all the fans and who's broadcasting live, and quite often they're replays, but I watch them just to see what they're like. I don't enjoy a lot of them because a lot of them are too noisy. They've got loud music going, or they're rappers, or either that or they're using foul language, and I don't like foul language on social media. You'll never hear me use foul language. Yes, it did indeed fall on my head, right here. Didn't break the skin, but I sure had one hell of a headache after, I could tell you. Yes, you see, what happens is with my YouTube channel, and I think it's the same with most, I work alone. I go and set the camera up, turn it on, and record, and then I go and take up my position, and I let it run for about 10 seconds, which that's what happened, and that's what I was doing. I was sitting there, and suddenly whack on the head, and then I go back to see if I'm in the frame and the focus is right. But tell you what, it hurt, and you will probably have noticed that I did whisper the F word in that video. I did, and but that's a natural reaction, I think. But you'll never hear me use the F word on my broadcast or any other swear words either. Oh, I might say bum. But no, I don't like that. I had a look at one chap there. Well, there were two of them actually. I can't even remember what name they went under, but they were using the F word every other word. I'm pretty good now. Yes, it's much cooler here tonight. We've had a lot of hot weather. I think last night it was something like 23 degrees at 11 o'clock at night, Celsius. That's 75 Fahrenheit. I agree. There's a time and a place for it, but isn't there? I mean, sometimes the F word can make you laugh if it's used in the right context. but most of the time I don't like it, and I don't think there's a place for it on social media. I don't think most people don't want to hear it. Maybe if you let one F word slip, okay, you know, these things happen. But not to keep going on and on. It just shows a total lack of command of the English language. And I think it shows a total lack of intellect too. There's no need for it. 53 Fahrenheit. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, when you're out with your mates, you know, yes, of course. As long as you don't call out to someone and say, "Hey, you F-wit," and you're asking for a fistful of knuckles, aren't you? A face full of knuckles. No, there's a time and place. I mean, I can swear with the best of them. Oh yeah, and I've got a very quick temper. And if I'm doing some work out in the yard and something goes wrong, I can blow my stack. But XX Rad Kefin 8XX became a fan. Thank you very much. Some of these usernames are very hard to get the tongue around, but I will return the favour. Maybe I should put a sign up and say that. No, I do that all the time. Once I've finished, I go through, click the bell, and see who's fanned me, and I fan them. There you go. Now, what I was going to say, I was quite surprised. For an old fellow like me to get on the YouNow, and I've only been doing it for just over 3 weeks, and I've already got, I don't know, 1,1300 views and 60 odd fans, and I've gone up to 98% to level 11. I don't know if that's good or bad or not, but maybe some of you can tell me. I bet you did. You got your thumb jammed in the breech block of the M1 carbine. I bet you let loose with a few profanities then. Yeah. I can tell. Yes, I bet you did. Yeah. My best Crocodile Dundee impression. Oh. Well, I haven't got a Crocodile Dundee hat, and I haven't got Crocodile Dundee's big knife. And I don't know if I could. I'm not an impressionist. Crocodile Dundee. Yeah, it was a good film. Yeah, good Aussie film. And Paul Hogan's something of an Australian institution. Yeah, Paul Hogan's been around for a long time. He used to work on the Sydney Harbour Bridge as a painter. And then he went on a talent show and he was discovered. Okay, yes. You have a good evening, a good night, a good morning. Was it? Yeah. Well, yes, it was well done. Paul Hogan and his friend, well, we called him Strop, that's what he was. I can't remember his name. Yeah. But no, I can't do a Crocodile Dundee impression. Probably when I finish the broadcast, something will pop in my mind and say, "Oh, I could have done that," but no, I can't even do the bit with the buffalo sort of thing. Might look alright if I had the hat. Oh dear. That's good. Yes, I asked during the broadcast how many levels there were. Thank you for the 10 thumbs up. Thank you very much. There are a lot of beautiful areas in Australia, but there are a lot of beautiful areas all over the world, in every country. Although you wouldn't want to go to any of these war-torn countries, would you? A cruise missiles zooming overhead, and no, you wouldn't want that sort of thing. But yes, there's beauty in most countries, because I love the bush. I love the peace and quiet of the bush, the forest, and those sort of things, and I can really admire that sort of scenery. 1,869 fans. Wow. That's a lot of fans. 50 likes. Thank you, one solitary tear. Yes, someone said that there was not 100 levels on YouNow. 100 levels. And what did I say it was? 98% to level 11. I've got a long way to go, haven't I? I won't live long enough. No, I can't see it happening. That's all right. I just thought I heard something. I've got my hearing aids in. I lost my hearing when I was younger. I worked in a lot of industry jobs, but what actually started off, I was once a member of the Sporting Shoes Association as a teenager. That's equal to the National Rifle Association in America. I do some metal sculptures, yes. Yeah. I do a lot for my wife's garden, and she says, "Oh, can you? I've got to make some flamingos for her, some metal flamingos." But it's been too hot to be doing any welding and cutting and plasma cutting and that sort of stuff. So I haven't got around to doing them. I've got a lot of things planned. I've got a half-size T-Rex skull planned as a metal sculpture, and a few other things as well. But it's just been too hot. Yeah. I've forgotten what I was going to say again. Well, because you're actually joining the army. Well, I have much respect for all individuals who serve in the armed services, as I do for all police. Because without them, the world would truly be in utter chaos. I congratulate you for that. What service are you going to join? Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines? Oh, you said US Army. Sorry, yeah, you said US Army there, I'm sorry. Well, I wish you all the best. I wish all our service men and women and police officers all the best. It's not an easy job, especially when you get deployed overseas in some of these strife-torn countries. I know there's been many American servicemen and women lost. Chris Keller, hey to you, Chris Keller, and welcome. Well, considering I've got a few new viewers here, some of you would have seen this, but I will show the new viewers my first self-published novel. There you go. How do you like that? Nice, isn't it? No, it's upside down. There you go. Look at that. Beautiful, isn't it? Yeah. 512 pages, 133,000 words. It's available on CreateSpace. But I haven't sold any copies, I don't think. It's been on there for quite some time. It's just impossible to get the word out there. 417 Big Oz. Does that mean you're from Oz? I'm from Oz. What's it about? It's fiction with supernatural themes. It's a story of an older man who lives in a suburb close to Sydney, and he's had enough. He's fed up with the noise of city life, so he moves to the small country town of Welcome, which is fictitious, and he buys a house that once belonged to now two deceased twin sisters, and it's not long before he finds that the house is haunted, and the haunting leads to the discovery of a diary of the twin sisters, and what he finds in that diary is beyond his most vivid writer's imagination. And one thing leads to another. So there's ghosts, there's a demon, there's extraterrestrials, there's all sorts of things, but it's a very down-to-earth sort of story. I let my imagination run truly riot with the story. And too bad not many people have read it. That's what it's like being a self-published author. There's millions of them in the world. Yeah. Jessica M is here. Hello, Jessica M, and welcome. Well, if you'd like to read it, I've said this before many times in my broadcast, I have a website. johnsbooksasp.com.au. If you go onto that website, and you will see 3 of my self-published novels. I sell them for 99 cents as ebooks, uploaded to your email address, but I'm giving them away free to anyone who watches my broadcast. All they have to do is get onto my website, johnsbooksasp.com.au, and just pick which one you want, and click contact, and you'll see my email address, and I will upload it to your email address, whether it be on your iPhone, iPad, laptop, or whatever. And then maybe I can get some feedback. I got 2,500 copies published, not of this book. It's the same book, but I got them published myself, or printed. And I've given away more books than I've sold. Such is life. Obey. Yeah. So anyhow, anyone out there who watches these broadcasts, get onto my website, give me your email address, and you got the books for free. It's up to you. Cheers. Oh, it's tea, by the way. Yeah, go for it, Skill Scout 09, go for it. There's aggravation. It's actually got Life's Full of It, which is just I got t-shirts and caps and bumper stickers made up because I liked it. Aggravation, Life's Full of It, because I think it's true. But I never sold any of them either, so I've got a stack of them here. No, hang on, I'll write it down for you. I'll write it down. Just a sec, I'll write it down, and you can see it for yourself. Doesn't matter if it's there you go. Where are we? There we go. John's Books, ASP. ASP stands for Author Self-Publish. johnsbooksasp.com.au. Have you got that? There you go. johnsbooksasp.com.au. Got it. Cool. And you'll see 3 books there that you can... the soft cover book's only available to people in Australia because the cost of postage overseas is about $30. It's too expensive. But the other books are free as sort of ebooks. And there's Aggravation, Henry Talbot's Book of Yesterdays, and Saturdays and Ice Vovos. Ice Vovos are a biscuit, an Australian biscuit, made by Arnott's. So yeah, everyone is welcome if they want to just click contact, tell me what book you want. Of course, you provide...